Camarade Président Vladimir
Comrade
Poutine,
President Vladimir Putin,
camarade Président chef d'État africain,
African heads of state,
camarade chef de
Comrade
délégation,
head of delegation,
bonjour.
good morning. It is an honor for me this morning to take the floor here and to pass on to you the fraternal greetings of the people of the land of men of integrity. It is from the Almighty that we have been able to gather here this morning in good health to talk about the future and the well-being of our people. I am going to apologize to the elders whom I may offend in my future remarks. Because of Africanity, because of the rights of one of them, I have to apologize. Comrade, I have a few questions from my generation. Not a single question that is being asked. We don't have an answer, and it turns out that here we can wash our linseed because we feel like a family. It feels like a family in the sense that Russia is also a family for Africa. It is a family because we have the same history. Russia made enormous sacrifices to liberate the world from Nazism during the Second World War. The people of Africa, our grandfathers, were also forcibly deported to help Europe get rid of Nazism. We share the same history in the sense that we are the forgotten peoples of the world, whether in the history books, in documentaries, or in film, insofar as we sweep away the preponderant role played by Russia and Africa in this fight against Nazism. We are here together because we are here to talk about the future of our peoples and what is to come. Of the future of tomorrow, of the free world to which we aspire, of a world without interference in our internal affairs. We have the same prospects, and I hope that this summit will be an opportunity to forge very good relations and to create a better future for our peoples. The questions that my generations are asking themselves about the next generation, if I can sum it up, is that they do not understand how Africa, with so much wealth on our soil, with its generous nature, water and abundant sunshine, Africa is today the poorest continent. Africa is a starving continent, and how is it that our heads of state are traveling through the world of Amand? These are questions that we are asking ourselves and that we have not yet had answers. We have the opportunity to forge new relationships, and I hope that these relations can be the best, to give a better future to our peoples. My generation also instructs me to say that because of poverty, they are forced to cross the ocean in order to try to reach Europe. They die in the ocean. But that soon they will not have crossed it, because they will come in front of our palaces to look for their daily sustenance. As far as Burkina Faso is concerned, for more than 8 years, we have been confronted with the most barbaric and violent form of neo-colonialism and imperialism. Slavery still has so much to impose on us. Our front-runners have taught us one thing: slavery that is not capable of accepting its own revolt does not deserve to be relied upon by its fate. We don't worry about our fate. We are not asking for someone to rely on our fate. The people of Burkina Faso have decided to fight against hypothyroidism, capable of reviving its development. In this struggle, valiant peoples, wines, and a population have pledged to take up arms in the face of terrorists. The ones we actually call the VDPs, volunteers. We are surprised to see the imperialists calling these VDPs militias and of all kinds. It is one of those wines, because in Europe, when people take up arms to defend their patriots, they are called patriots. Our grandfathers were deported to save Europe. It was not with their consent, against their grey. Well, on the way back, we remember that in Traore, when they tried to bandage their elemental sheet, they were massacred, so it doesn't matter. When we people decide to defend ourselves, we are called militias, but that's not the problem. What is the problem is to see African heads of state who bring nothing to these peoples who are fighting, but who sing the same thing as the imperialists. To our militia dealers, to our traders, therefore, to men who do not respect human rights, hence the human right. We are effusive against this and these shameful people. We, the African heads of state, must stop behaving like puppets who dance every time the imperialists pull the strings. Yesterday, President Vladimir Putin announced that the grain would be sent to Africa. And we are very happy, and we thank each other for that. But it is also a message to our African heads of state, because at the next forum, we must not come here without having ensured that our peoples will be able to achieve food self-sufficiency for those who do not know war. We need to learn from those who have already been able to achieve this in Africa, build good relations here and build better relations with the Russian Federation so that we can meet the needs of our people. I may not be slow. Time is running out and very short. We are obliged to stop and love my take. But I would like to end by saying that we must therefore pay tribute to our peoples who are fighting. Glory to our peoples, dignity to our peoples, victory to our peoples, homeland or death will come. Thank you, comrades.
I would like to wish you a happy new year. May God grant you a healthy life. May God make all your businesses successful. May you be prosperous. May there be union and love in your respective families and among yourselves. May God protect you throughout this year 2025 and help you realize your dreams. I would also like to pay tribute to our valiant fighting forces who fight with their bodies and souls, as you can see, so that our Burkina Faso remains standing. It is a noble job. The men are integral. Every time they go into battle, they know that some will stay, but duty calls them. This is the job of the army. We are often nostalgic, but those who have the chance today to defend Burkina Faso, we must encourage and applaud them. When they leave, we will not cry for them, but we will pity them on our fate. If we cry for them, we must avenge them. Pay tribute to them as much as you can, because it does not allow anyone to get out of their homes and face danger, knowing that they may not return in the evening. But this is what they do every day. They swore to defend our dear homeland until the ultimate sacrifice, and the fighting forces keep their bet. Today, more than ever, our armed forces go wherever they want. At the moment I am speaking to you, there are several operations through several groups. And we are inflicting colossal losses on the enemy and gradually pushing them out of Burkina Faso. We will win this battle, this war, and we will overcome imperialism, which has activated terrorism in our region, to bring us back to these colonial times, to keep us under their control, to exploit us until the end of time. Africa is waking up, and no one will be able to close the eyes of Africans on our realities. No one will be able to come and divide us, to impose what they want on us. We have done everything to be here today, to speak to you, but also to come and wish President John Mahama a good change. We wish him a good change because there are many challenges await him. And I hope that you can accompany your brothers here. Pan-Africanism is a rather complex battle, but you, the people, it is quite easy for you to lead this Pan-Africanism well, because the people must love each other, the people must support each other. The problem of Pan-Africanism is very often between us, the leaders, But we will put everything in place so that the leaders can go in the direction of their people, because the people are already integrated. They are Pan-African. If today Ghana decided to bring President John Mahama to the head of the country, it is a strong message. And I wish that you, Burkinabe living in Ghana, you can accompany President John Mahama. The task will be difficult. There will certainly be challenges on the security level, on the economic level. I wish that you can accompany the forces of defense and security in Ghana much as you can, both on the intelligence level and on the economic level, as much as you can. Support them as if you were supporting the Burkinabe armed forces. I am telling you something. The challenges can be very numerous. In no case should you lose hope. You must accompany them and help them on all levels. A nation does not survive as long as it does not have a strong army. This is why I reiterate to you again to support the forces of defense and security in Ghana. They are the only ones who can help the country to climb the economic ladder and to flourish. Then I urge you to love the people here, to live in perfect symbiosis, in perfect harmony, as you are already doing very well. As I said, the peoples are already integrated. The problem is at the level of the leaders. Continue in this direction. Support your brothers in Ghana. Support them as much as you can. And above all, show this integrity. A country of integral men, you must be models. The Burkinabe must not create a problem. The Burkinabe must be a solution. You have always known how to behave well through all your leaders present here. And I wish that this dynamic continues and that you can accompany the new president in his enormous task to revive the country's economy and, above all, to defend this country. We will work together to strengthen cooperation between Burkina and Ghana, and also between the AES and Ghana, because we have many challenges together and we have always been able to overcome them. The arrival of the new president must be a moment for us to warm up these relations and bring them to the highest level. In the coming days, we will be able to see what can be done for the benefit of the Burkinabe, both internally and here. The concerns raised by the representative are current concerns. And I think that the Foreign Affairs Ministry is working to be able to reorganize the diaspora so that we can solve these problems as easily as possible. This is why the councils have been established. And the administrative documents and other documents that you need to express your nationality are being modernized, if you follow the news. We used to have documents, but it wasn't secure enough. Today, we are in a dynamic of securing all identity documents in the country, but also in space, in the US, and harmonizing them. That's why it takes a little time. But in January, normally, a meeting must take place with experts to clarify this issue of identity documents. And we hope that by then, you will be able to have your nationality as it should be, Burkina Faso. Burkina Faso is committed to a path that you know, a difficult path, perhaps full of obstacles. But be sure you should never lose hope. You should never be afraid. You should never doubt, just for a moment. From where you are, we hear your support, we feel it. And everyone on the ground, and the population in the country, feels the support of the diaspora. And we are happy to be able to continue in this direction, to motivate your brothers inside, and that we can together restore Burkina Faso. We have a dream, and this dream will be a reality in a very near future. Terrorism will end. We will develop our country. We will develop our industries. and make it easier for you investors to come and invest in the country in secure conditions and in economic facilities that you want. We have not forgotten this during the last phase of the Forum of the Diaspora. We are therefore trying to see everything that can be gathered to allow you to come and invest easily for the benefit of your brothers. Because we are an importer country, and we keep saying it, today the dynamic is to be able to transform our society. You have the chance to be in Ghana. Ghana is an ingenious country, and I think that a lot of technology can be transferred from here to the country. So we are waiting for you. As for us there, we are developing to bring young people back to production, especially agricultural production, and to transformation. Because we cannot imagine that in this 21st century, we will continue to import almost all of our food from abroad. While we have a huge potential, we have land. This year, we experienced the portion that was secured. We are satisfied with the results. This means that next year, if God pleases, we will continue to provide our support to the peasant world, but especially to young agricultural entrepreneurs who want to get into production and encourage these industries of transformation. Burkina Faso will shine. Burkina Faso will be great. Our dream will come true, if God pleases. And I encourage you to stay united. United among yourselves and united with those who have welcomed you here. Be united with your African brothers. We are reactivating the Institute of Black Peoples because Africa has the same history. We are treated in the same way by imperialists. There is no reason that we are not united and that we block imperialism. Stay united, and show your Burkina Faso wherever you are. Thank you very much. I would like to ask a few questions. We pray to God that everyone can return to peace, as well as we did where we came from. And above all, thank you to all the leaders here for the mobilization, for the effort of union that you make between Burkina Faso and here. We are very grateful to you, and thank you for the effort that is made so that the young people that we are stay attached to our culture. This is the only thing that if we lose it, we lose our identity. This is why we have established a day specially dedicated to our roots. Continue from where you are to teach the youth to always be attached to their culture and never lose sight of it. Thank you to everyone. May God accompany you in all your works. May God protect you throughout the year. And may God bring you back everyone safe and sound from where you came from. La patrie ou la mort. Thank you.
Hi guys, welcome back once again to my YouTube channel. I'm B-Boy. Remember, if it was the first time you're coming across my video, don't forget to like this video, subscribe and share. Okay guys, in today's clip is all about President Ibrahim Traore. We all know President Ibrahim Traore is the president of Burkina Faso, and is being known for his fearless, for his courageous of how he has really raised his country to its level. We have all seen how Burkina Faso is still developing because of President Ibrahim Traore. First of all, he decided to remove all official system in his government. He decided to remove all Western countries from his government, and we have all seen how Burkina Faso is really developing at a very high pace. One thing I really love about President Ibrahim Traore is that kind one of the president who truly knows what his people really want and who truly knows the struggle of his people. Is that what kind of a president who doesn't allow any corruption in his government system, who doesn't allow to be a puppet leader, who doesn't allow any form of greediness or corruption to his government. And we have all seen, because of all this, we have all seen how the Burkina Faso is still developing. He really came out and is warning all the leaders who are greedy, who are corrupt, who are puppet, to stop that behavior and try to do the work according to the will of people. Try to make sure that they are doing a good work for their people who really chosen them, because we have all seen how there is a lot of corrupt leaders, especially in Africa and Caribbeans, who are just working to benefit themselves, who are just working to benefit their pocket. We have all seen how African people, they are really suffering because of how they either made a mistake of electing a bad leader, not even only in Africa. We have all seen how these things has really even affected the United States. People, they are really complaining why they elected Donald Trump. And it's all because of how Ibrahim Traore, president of Burkina Faso, is really come out and say that we should elect a better leader. And for those leaders who have been elected, do not be greedy. Do what your people really want so that at least your country can develop. We have all known, or a lot of people really know, that Africa is the poorest continent in the world, but let me tell you, Africa is the richest continent on earth, because Africa has everything. When it's come to gold, when it's come to oil, it has everything that can make Africa the richest continent in the world. But because of those greedy leaders or puppet leaders, they have included other people to come and invest in such things in our own countries. Even if you look at some Caribbean countries, there is a lot of investors that are coming out of those countries. Investors from Western countries, investors from Chinese people, that they have really invested a lot in some Caribbean countries, especially in Jamaica and even in Africa. There is a lot of Chinese everywhere. They are really investing in our countries a lot, and they are really benefiting a lot through the investment. And the sad thing is that they're investing in our own countries, and when they get large amount or large sums of amount of money, they don't do anything in African countries or Caribbean. Instead, they take that money back to their own country and invest there so that at least their country can prosper. But they leave behind our African countries, they leave behind our Caribbean countries. So Ibrahim Traore has really come out and saying that those greedy leaders should stop what they are doing. They should remove all corruption system. And funny thing is that President Ibrahim Traore is ranked among the poorest president in Africa. And you can look at other presidents who they have a lot of money, but Ibrahim Traore is ranked among the poorest president in Africa. What does this really shows? It shows that he's doing a true work according to his people. He's not that greedy leaders who want to put anything or every money in his pocket. He's just not that kind of a leader who want to have everything, to invest, to build apartment for himself, to have everything, to go abroad and invest in abroad. But he's ranked among the poorest president in Africa, because this really shows that he's doing a great job. Unlike other presidents who are among the richest in Africa, there's a lot of presidents who are ranked among the richest people in Africa. This really shows how greedy they are. But President Ibrahim Traore is really doing a good work, and a lot of people, they are really admiring him. In Caribbean, a lot of people, they are really admiring him. In Africa, they really wish if President Ibrahim Traore could be president of some countries, and soon he will be called the king of Africa because of how he's doing his great work. And President Ibrahim Traore has done a lot of investment. He has done a lot of projects that are really going on in Burkina Faso. He opened one large tomato plantation in Burkina Faso for the first time, where it has really helped a lot of people in Burkina Faso, because it will create employment to a lot of people in Burkina Faso, whereby a lot of youths won't lack job. And if a country has more job opportunities, it will reduce crime rate in the country. A lot of youth will be busy doing their work, and rate of crime rate will reduce. And this is the things we want African leaders to do. This is the thing we want Caribbean leaders to do, so that at least they can keep our youth busy. You know, if there is a lot of job opportunities in a country, it really shows how a country is really developing, and it will increase the economy of the country, because a lot of people are really working and they are busy, and it will reduce crime rate in those countries. And this one thing President Ibrahim Traore is trying to do. He just wants Burkina Faso to be among the top economical growth country in Africa, and soon it will be ranked. And we would wish all presidents to copy notes, to do what this young president is doing. They say that Ibrahim Traore has just reigned for 2 years, but he has really done a lot in Burkina Faso compared to other presidents in Africa who have ruled for more than 5 or 10 years. Even in Caribbean, he has just reigned for 2 or 3 years, but he has really done a lot more than, if you can compare to other presidents who have been in seat for more than 10 years. This kind of president we really want in Africa. This is the kind of president we really want in Caribbean. So guys, let us pray to God to help us choose the right person who can lead us, and not be a greedy leader, not to be a puppet leader, not to be a corrupt leader. and we'll be far as an African, will be far as Caribbean country. So guys, if it was the first time you come across my video, don't forget to like this video, subscribe and share. Thank you so much for your time. One love, may God bless you.